Richard Chamberlain set hearts racing in the TV series Dr. Kildare, and then later in The Thornbirds, among others. Now he's on stage at the Cobb Energy Center, and it's strictly about the laughs as part of the cast of Spamalot. The veteran actor joins us now. Mr. Chamberlain, what a pleasure to meet you.
Richard, please.
Richard.
Nice to meet you.
Gosh, I'm such a fan of all of your work.
Thank you.
Well, let's first talk about Spamalot. What a fun show.
Oh, my God. It's the most fun. First of all, as an audience, when I first saw it, I thought, this is one of the best shows I've ever seen in my life.
So you're a huge Monty Python fan?
It's so funny. Yes, yes. When I was living in England when Monty Python was big on TV, and we never missed them. It's so great. And the show is just wonderful.
Yeah, you play King Arthur.
I play King Arthur, and the cast, the company is sensational, and it was directed by Mike Nichols, and so it's a great experience.
Yeah, and it's not just for Monty Python fans. Even if you're
No.
Yeah, I mean, I had not really been exposed to Monty Python growing up, and I went and saw it on Broadway.
Yes.
And it just, we were rolling in the aisles.
Oh no, you don't even have to know who Monty Python was or who they were.
Right.
It's berserk. It's irreverent. It's hilarious. It's crazy. It's mad. It's and in these times, it's kind of dark times, and the audience kind of comes into the theater like this, and they go out so happy.
That's got to be a great feeling to know that you're a part of that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
How does this role compare to other parts that you've had?
It doesn't compare at all. It's completely zany.
Yeah.
I'm used to playing kind of serious guys who fall in love with Rachel Ward and all that stuff, which is great. But this is just complete madness.
Yeah.
But brilliantly done and wonderfully funny. And Arthur actually is the only guy in the show who doesn't get the jokes.
Yeah,
He's
exactly.
Sort of the straight man for everybody else.
And, you mentioned Rachel Ward. You mentioned The Thornbirds. Wow, what a classic!
That was a great show.
What are your fondest memories from that miniseries?
Well, working with Rachel, who was absolutely splendid and gorgeous, and Barbara Stanwyck, and Gene Simmons, and the most wonderful cast.
Yeah.
And also the character of Ralph de Brickestar was so complex, and he had such a difficult life. I really felt sorry for the guy.
Does it amaze you though to see the response that role still evokes from people?
Yes, it was the kind of iconic love affair. The great love story is one in which the characters are madly in love, but there are millions of obstacles in between that keep them apart. And in this case, the obstacle was God, which is the ultimate. Right.
Now, so Father Ralph, obviously one of your favorite roles. Are there any other that rank right up there?
Well, Shogun, I thought, was probably an even greater show.
Yeah.
It was so beautiful, and the story was so great, and it was so wonderfully well done, I thought.
Beautiful. Just beautiful. And it took us into a whole new culture that we really hadn't been exposed to.
Yeah, Americans didn't know much about Japan.
Yeah.
They put sushi on the map. Did you know that? The Americans didn't eat that stuff before Shogun.
You've really been a maverick in so many senses. How do you think the industry has changed as you've been in it?
Well, I think maybe it's a little bit less fun now than it used to be. The great corporations have taken over the movie business, for instance, and they don't know anything about movies. So they tend to go toward the formula stuff. The great movies are still made on occasion. Television has gotten so fast, and of course they can't do the miniseries anymore.
They do reality TV now.
Yeah, they do reality because nobody can afford to make them anymore.
Yeah.
The audience is so dispersed over cable and everything.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
So it's changed quite a bit.
Yeah.
Still terrific, but it's changed.
Well, we are very thankful for the work that you've left behind.
Thank you.
And we're looking forward to seeing you in Spamalot.
Well, I hope you all come because it'll make everybody happy.
What a pleasure to meet you, Richard. Thank you for
you.
your time. Richard Chamberlain can be seen in the Monty Python mayhem of Spamalot through Sunday at the Cobb Energy Center. For more information, log on to myfoxatlanta.com and click on the Good Day tab.